Welcome to YouTube, and today we're taking an in-depth look at one of the most breathtaking, most futuristic, and most extreme supercars ever to come from Sant'Agata Bolognese, the all-new 2026 Lamborghini Fenomeno, shown here in a mesmerizing and stealthy black finish. Lamborghini has always been about drama, spectacle, and pushing the limits of design, but the Fenomeno takes those values and cranks them to an entirely new level. This is not just a car, it's a rolling piece of performance art that looks more like it belongs in a science fiction movie than on the streets. And in black, every razor-sharp edge, every shadow, and every sculpted detail gets amplified, making it look like a predator lurking under the night sky. Let's begin right at the front, where Lamborghini has given the Fenomeno one of the most aggressive fascias we've ever seen on any production car. The nose sits impossibly low to the ground, tapering like a fighter jet's cockpit, with angular LED headlights that slice through the darkness like laser beams. They're shaped into an almost arrowhead form, pulling the visual lines outward, making the car appear even wider than it is. The central intake is massive, feeding air into the radiators, while also channeling it upward over the hood for optimal downforce. Two side inlets flank it, each one sculpted like an aerodynamic blade, their sharp geometry highlighted beautifully by the black finish that plays with reflections in a sinister liquid metal way. The hood itself is more than just a lid, it's a sculpture of speed. Deep creases and functional vents cut across its surface, helping release hot air from the engine bay while guiding airflow smoothly across the top of the car. In black, these sculpted lines are subtle under certain lighting, but reveal their depth under the sun, making the Fenomeno look like a constantly changing work of art, depending on the angle you view it from. Moving around to the side profile, this is where the Fenomeno really shows off its Lamborghini DNA, but evolved into something sharper, more futuristic, and even more radical. The proportions are extreme. An impossibly low roofline, a long sloping nose, and a rear section that rises like the haunches of a charging bull. The doors are signature Lamborghini scissor doors, but with an updated hinge mechanism that makes their opening motion even more dramatic, tilting outward before rising skyward. In black, when those doors open, the car looks like the wings of a bat unfolding, perfectly matching the Fenomeno's stealthy, predatory aura. The side intakes are monstrous in size, practically carved out of the bodywork, feeding oxygen to the mid-mounted powerhouse hidden beneath the carbon fiber skin. Their shape is triangular and aggressive, with a sharp upward cut that looks almost like the slash of a sword. Air is channeled through them at immense velocity, cooling the beast within, while doubling as an aerodynamic stabilizer. The character lines along the doors and side panels are bold and angular, slicing upward toward the rear, which gives the car a sense of motion even when it's standing still. The black paint accentuates these shadowed cuts, creating an interplay between light and darkness that makes the Fenomeno feel alive. The wheels are equally as striking, enormous lightweight alloys wrapped in ultra-low-profile tires, designed not just for grip, but also for sheer visual drama. Their multi-spoke design resembles turbine blades, ready to suck in air and spin it outward, while massive carbon ceramic brakes with bright calipers peek out from behind, a sharp contrast against the black-on-black bodywork. Even here, the Fenomeno makes a statement. Every element is aggressive, purposeful, and impossible to ignore. Now let's step to the rear, where Lamborghini has truly unleashed its wildest imagination. The back of the Fenomeno is a festival of aerodynamics, light, and menace. The taillights are razor-thin LED strips that stretch outward like fiery red claws, connected by a central illuminated bar that emphasizes the car's enormous width. Below them, the engine cover is a lattice of carbon vents and glass cutouts, showcasing glimpses of the mighty power plant beneath while letting hot air escape efficiently. The rear bumper is dominated by a massive diffuser, carved deep with vertical fins that channel air cleanly at high speeds, practically gluing the car to the ground. In the center sit exhaust outlets that look like rocket thrusters, large, hexagonal, and brutally functional. When the Fenomeno roars to life, these exhausts don't just release sound, they unleash a symphony of fire and fury, perfectly aligned with the car's extraterrestrial presence. Towering above it all is the rear wing, a colossal piece of active aerodynamics that rises, tilts, and adjusts depending on speed and driving conditions. Its design is like a double blade, floating above the rear with exposed struts that make it look almost mechanical, as if it's part of a spaceship. In black, it appears as an extension of the body itself, a dark crown that completes the Fenomeno's silhouette. From any angle, the Lamborghini Fenomeno is a car that looks impossible, almost too extreme to be real, yet here it is, a production-ready hypercar that will redefine what it means to drive a Lamborghini in 2026. The black finish gives it an aura of mystery, menace, and elegance all at once. It highlights the stealth fighter inspiration, makes every crease sharper and every shadow deeper. This is not just about speed, it's about presence, about being the car that owns the road before it even moves an inch. So there you have it, the 2026 Lamborghini Fenomeno in black, a machine that blends art, aggression, and aerodynamics into one unforgettable exterior design. A car that doesn't just demand attention, but commands it, redefining the very concept of a supercar.